All right, let's talk about AI in sales. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Not another tool that just fires off thousands of generic emails, right? Well, today we're looking at something different. An approach where the AI acts less like a spam cannon and more like your senior growth strategist. Let's dive into how this whole strategic idea is really starting to change the game.
And look, this is a real question, isn't it? If you've already dipped your toes into AI sales tools, you might have felt like all you were doing was making a ton of noise. You know, burning through your contact list, maybe even annoying potential customers, and getting almost nothing back. It's a super frustrating cycle, and it really points to a much bigger problem.
And that right there is the heart of it, the AI spam problem. The market is just flooded with tools that promise the world personalization at scale. But what they're actually delivering for a lot of people is a full-blown credibility crisis.
Okay, so this slide just lays it all out, plain and simple. The old way? It's a numbers game with absolutely terrible odds. We're talking 42,000 messages sent just to get 3 meetings that lead to 0 actual pipeline. It's insane. But the AiSDR way completely flips that. Just 100 super-targeted leads can get you 1 to 3 qualified meetings that actually build your pipeline. It's a huge shift from just pure volume to real value.
And this quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head. It's admitting that, yeah, the skepticism out there is totally earned. An AI that just damages your brand's reputation isn't saving you a dime. It's actually costing you deals. Deals you might not even know you lost. So what's the alternative then?
Well, this is where we see a totally new way of thinking. Instead of some mindless spam cannon, this approach treats AI like an intelligent partner. You know, a strategist that actually thinks before it does anything. So what's the secret sauce here? It's this idea of intent-first targeting. Think about it. It's not just about finding people who fit your perfect customer profile. It's about catching them at the exact moment they are actively looking for a solution like yours. It's all about timing and relevance, not just job titles and company size.
And if you want to talk about efficiency, get a load of this. The kind of research that takes a human team 3 full days to do, the AI strategist gets it done in just 15 minutes. That is a mind-blowing leap in productivity. 3 days of work in the time it takes to grab a coffee.
So how does this whole thing actually work? Well, it's surprisingly simple, really. First, the AI just scans your website to learn all about your business. Then it figures out your best fit leads and audiences. From there, it cooks up 5 different go-to-market strategies for you to choose from. You just pick the one you like best, maybe tweak it a little, and launch it with a single click. The whole process, from 0 to a live campaign, takes less than 20 minutes. Okay, so the strategy part makes sense, but how does that turn into, actually reaching out to people? This next part is all about the execution, the specific signals and plays that make this whole system hum. This is where the real magic happens. The AI is basically a detective, constantly scanning the web for clues. Is someone liking your competitors' posts on LinkedIn? Are they hiring for a specific role that your product helps with? Did they just get a big round of funding? It can even figure out who those anonymous visitors on your website are. All of these are powerful real-time buying signals. And then it takes all those clues and turns them into actual game plans. I mean, imagine being able to reach out to someone who was just on your pricing page 30 minutes ago. Or starting a conversation with people who literally just engaged with your competitor's content. These aren't just cold emails anymore. They are timely, super relevant conversations. And here's the kicker. This isn't some rogue tool that's going to mess up your whole workflow. It's built to plug right into the systems you already use. That deep, native integration with tools like HubSpot means all of this amazing intelligence just flows right back into your main system. No hassle. All right, strategy is cool, features are great, but does it actually work? Let's get into the real proof, the actual bottom line impact this approach has had for real companies. Let's just start with a number, 29. What's that? That's 29 qualified meetings booked for one client in their very first 30 days. That is wild.
And here's what the person who got those results had to say. This isn't just about a number on a spreadsheet. It's about delivering a service and a platform that genuinely impresses senior marketing leaders.
Okay, check this one out. A 32% reply to demo rate. Let me put that in perspective. Almost a third of the people who actually replied were interested enough to book a demo. That's not just a good number. It's a sign of incredibly high-quality leads. And this next quote really gets to another huge benefit, expanding your market.
This isn't just about converting the leads you already know about. It's about opening doors to whole new companies and opportunities that you might have thought were completely out of reach. And look, we're not talking about small fish here. Take a look at this table. Booking meetings with giants like Novartis and Pfizer, getting huge demo rates with companies like Disney and Salesforce. These results are happening with some of the biggest, toughest to crack companies on the planet.
So after all that, you're probably asking, okay, that sounds great, but is this actually for me? And that's exactly what this last section is about, being totally transparent to help you figure that out.
And I love this slide because it's super honest. It's basically saying, look, this is perfect for you if you need to build pipeline without hiring more people, or if you're a founder who needs revenue like yesterday. But it's probably not for you if your goal is just to blast your entire market, or if you only care about how many emails you send. This is about strategic growth, not just making noise.
And this quote just perfectly sums up who this is built for. For a small startup, this thing acted like a force multiplier. It did the work of a whole team, letting them punch way above their weight without that massive overhead cost. It's all about impact and efficiency.
So, at the end of the day, it all comes down to this one question, doesn't it? Are you ready to trade all that expensive, ineffective noise for real, actual pipeline? It's a choice between the old way that just doesn't work anymore and a new strategic model that's focused on the only thing that matters, growth. So, what's it going to be?